Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Rico back at it again. It is 2022. Happy New Year to everyone out there. It's your boy. And we here for the pre-game show. It's the Buffalo Bills hosting the Atlanta Falcons. Yes, sir. This should be a standard W. I don't want to say an easy dub. I don't want to say it's going to be a walkthrough. It should be standard. We should be able to take his team down. We are the superior team. Do you not agree? If you don't agree, then we got some big problems, right? This is any given Sunday. Anybody can take an L. We know it the best because we lost to a team that we had no business losing to in the Jacksonville Jaguars. But here we are. New year, new us. Can we do that? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the BF pregame show hosted by your boy, Rico. I might be joined by some friends of mine if they decide to come through, but we're going to find out. It's a new year. They're doing big things. But folks, welcome to another show. Appreciate y'all, man. And here we go. Let's get right into it because I'm going to get right to the action. And the action is this. We've got some inactives. Who is playing? Who's not playing? I mean, the most important thing is who's not playing. Well, here's the list. Here we have it. Emmanuel Sanders. I assume this is more of a precautionary rest day. You know what I mean? Say, take some time, get better. I know you played last week, but we're going to need you to get healthy. You know what I mean? You know, you're a little older. You feel me? So we got to make sure that you're good and ready to make this playoff push and this Super Bowl push. So here we are. Emmanuel Sanders is going to be out. Bobby Hart, you know what I'm saying? Not part of the Hart family, but Bobby Hart, he would have been ousted a long time ago, but he's not active. Right? They're going to sit him and roll with the line that we potentially had last week. Right. And it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out this week. Vernon Butler is out. Matt Breida, for the second week straight, he's out. So it's safe to assume that this whole running back situation is sorted out. We know who one is. We know who two is. And that's it. We don't need three. Right. Tommy Sweeney's out. I mean, ever since that drop. Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen him since. So we'll see what's going on. And then Boogie Basham is taking a seat. So at least it's as it looks like we're getting healthy, and we got Star Lotulelei back in the fold. So that should be fun. So we're near healthy. We're pretty healthy, the healthiest we've been. We want to keep it that way. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another show. So, what does this inactive list mean to you? And that's the one thing I want to find out. So, by the way, shout out to everybody that's tuned in today. I see you guys. Eightfold Baca, I see you. Eightfold. I see my man Aaron K. Jordan is in the building. Crazy Killer. I see you, kid. Joe Hutchinson. What's up, Joe? What's happening, man? Scott Perry. Josh is in here. Russ Ferguson. I see you guys, man. I appreciate you guys. David Cullis. Mike Reale's here. Let's go, man. Mike Reale comes in and says, yo, let's effing go, baby. Yo, an opportunity to clinch a postseason berth for the fourth time in 5 years. You damn right. Go ahead, boy. Love McDermott and what they've built. Top 10 D consistently. Found a franchise quarterback. We got to trust the process. Hey, he's not wrong. He is absolutely not wrong with that. It's nice to be considered a playoff team. We're a playoff team. Anyway, I mean, listen, just look at the last 5 years, right? The 1 year we didn't make the playoffs. Obviously, we're dealing with a young quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Trying to learn the ropes of the NFL. And he's doing a really, really good job doing that thus far. Now, here's what's good, man. What's up, Antonio? I see you, kid. So here's the deal. Let's talk on this inactive list, right? And the one thing that stands out to me is the receiver room, right? So it has me ask a question, right? Emmanuel Sanders is out. Isaiah McKenzie graciously came on the show last week, and I appreciate that, man, because he came through and held it down. Isaiah had a massive game. I think that's the biggest game a receivers had this year. 11 for $125, most receptions, doing the damn thing, right? So here's my question to y'all, my good folks. Who, now that Emmanuel Sanders is out, the spotlight is going to be put on someone. Who is our spotlight hero today? I know folks have been talking about for the last 3 weeks now, Gabriel Davis. Does a spotlight land on Gabriel Davis now that Emmanuel Sanders is out? That's something to obviously look into. Is it going to fall on Dawson Knox? Does Dawson Knox have a coming out party? Is he being on the defensive side of the ball? Does Cole Beasley come out and show you, hey, fellas, I know my man McKenzie came through and had a massive game, but don't forget about your boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm still one of the best slots in the game. Do they feed him? Do they take advantage of some weaker opponents on the defensive side of the Atlantic? We're about to find out. You know what I'm saying? Jeremy Rogers comes in, man. Yo, Beasley hungry. Beasley might be hungry, man. He saw what was going on, and he might. Sometimes certain things have to happen for reality checks to hit people, and that's real. It could be in your own personal life. It could be, you know what I'm saying, your work life, where they hire a new employee and this employee is younger and more energetic and they're doing all these things, and you're like, oh shit. And although there's not a problem with your job, it's just that you're on notice. I don't want to say you're on notice, but you put the internal notice on yourself, right? Relationship. You know what I'm saying? You start working out and your girl's looking at you, dude, what you working out for? Like crazy. You feel me? So you want to come say hi? Come say hi quick. Come say hi and give a hug. All right. My girl. So, I think so. A lot of those things happen. So I'm not saying that Isaiah McKenzie put some pressure on Cole Beasley, but let's look at it football wise. Isaiah McKenzie is what, 26 years of age, had a massive game. Everybody's talking about him. You know what I'm saying? Cole Beasley has turned off a couple fans, and I don't think he gives a damn. And he's north of 30. So a lot of those things play out, and he's got one more year on the deal, and there's a potential that we could probably say, see you later. We're going to go with someone younger. Who knows? Do I want that to happen? I'm not quite there yet. I love Cole Beasley. I'm a big fan of Cole Beasley. So I'm looking forward to seeing Cole Beasley flourish in this defense, right? In this offense, excuse me. So that's one thing that stands out. But spotlight, who do you guys see having a spotlight today? And it could be on a defensive side of the ball too. It could be. Audrey, thank you. What up, Audrey? Levi Wallace will come out with something to prove today. He'll get a pick. I really hope so, man. Levi Wallace, man. I'm appreciative of Levi Wallace, especially after that. If you guys haven't seen it, I became a bigger fan of Levi Wallace on that mic'd up. When he was mic'd up in that game, I was actually super impressed with like his demeanor. You know what I'm saying? He knew what was at stake. He knows that losing Trey White, he's got to step his game up, and he has not been a liability. You know what I mean? There's some teams players that just become a liability and they just get picked on. They try, but he holds his own. So shout out to Levi Wallace. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm looking for a spotlight. Today is going to be an ugly game, and I'm gonna tell you why. I don't know if you guys know what the weather's like, but I'm gonna pull up my app here because I have Buffalo on my thing. I don't know why. I'm not even from there, but I always got to pay attention to what's going on in Buff. You feel me? So let me Orchard Park, New York, right? Orchard Park, New York. So what we're looking at in Orchard Park right now is -3. It's gonna be -3, but it's gonna feel like -12. So I mean, I get those metrics, so I know that -12 is not warm. You know what I'm saying? It's brisk. It's a brisk cold, and on top of that, it's gonna be snowing. So fellas, it's gonna be a snow game. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be somewhat windy. Is it gonna be windy a little bit? I'm gonna find out. Somebody just told me it's cold in Buffalo. So my man John Formicelli, I see you, kid. It's not gonna be nice. So guess what? Spotlight today. You're gonna be surprised who I said the spotlight's gonna be on. Spotlight might be on the running back game, and more specifically, it's gonna be. I think there's going to be. This could be a Zach Moss game. And you guys already know how I feel about Zach Moss. I feel he's underwhelmed. I think we all feel like he's underwhelmed. But this might be a Zach Moss type of game, right? It might not start off that way. We might have to put a couple of touchdowns up early. So then now we can dominate on the ground. And this is where Devin Singletary and my guy Zach Moss can come in and start doing what they're supposed to do. Now, that's not our game. Our game is to air it out and really put the points on these guys, right? So that's probably what we're going to do at the early onset of the game. But look for this to be a grind it out, run the football. That's why you have a guy like Breida that's not in. You know what I'm saying? You need to take the brunts, the hits. And Devin Singletary has shown that he can handle it. On the other side, and you already know Zach Moss can, but this might be one of those games where you gotta run the rock. And we got two of our backs that are going to be showcased today. So Spotlight Hero is going to be on the running back game. maybe more specifically Zach Moss, right? I'm looking forward to that. Now, in the air, obviously Gabe Davis is going to be someone that we're going to be looking for. How big of a role is Isaiah McKenzie going to have? That's going to be interesting as well. I'm looking forward to it, to seeing what goes down with Isaiah McKenzie, because he had such a big game. Do we follow up with that? Is it? I mean, obviously we're playing a different team, the Atlanta Falcons, and we'll get into the Atlanta Falcons in just a moment. But at the end of the day, this is a team that we should be able to handle, right? We should be able to handle them. Matt Ryan, what is it, like 36, I think, 36, 37-ish. He's been in the game for a while now. And he's no scrub. He's definitely no scrub. I know this Atlanta Falcons team is still playoff bound, right? They're still alive. They're very much still alive. So they have a lot to play for. It's not like they're sitting here like, oh, well, the season's over for us, so there's not much for us to, you know what I mean, to mess around with. No. They have very much enough to enough that they have to care for this game and win it. Now, one thing that's really cool, I will say that I know Cordell Patterson was a former teammate of Stephon Diggs when they were in Minnesota. And he says he's a super freak athlete. He's just a freak athlete, and that's what it is. And you're seeing it at over 30 years of age. He's killing the game right now for Atlanta. He is their offense. Like Cordell Patterson is that guy. What he brings to that team is very valuable. You know what I'm saying? This guy, let me tell you something, man. He's shifty. He's versatile. He's as versatile as they come. The guy can play receiver. He's playing running back right now. He's 6'2", 6'3". Like, you don't really, I mean, the last running back that I knew that's a big boy was, I mean, James Starks, right? Was it James Starks, former Green Bay Packer running back? That's a big boy. Eddie George was a big boy playing running back. And there's one more. Who's the one that they just signed to play for the Ravens? I believe he's playing for the Ravens right now. His name is eluding me right now. But there's not running backs that size. It's just not. It's not normal. You don't really see that. It's very rare that you see a running back with that size. So salute to Cordell Patterson that's doing what he's got to do for his team, man. And they lean heavily on him. And if they're not leaning on him, it hasn't looked good, right? He's kept them in all these games. And here's the thing with the Falcons, man. The Falcons have their 19 points. 19 90% for QB pressure rate this season, and that's the second lowest in the next gen stats since 2016. 19. All right, not the norm here. And this is something that's coming from the BF fan page. Matt Ryan has fewer than 2 pass TDs in 7 straight games. It's not looking good for him because we have one of the best defenses, if not the best pass defense in the game, and you're throwing for less than 2 touchdowns a game. It doesn't favor Matt Ryan in this weather. It doesn't. So this could be a route. This could be a route based on matchup, based on the weapons. Kyle Pitts is going to be a problem. We're going to find out. Kyle Pitts is either over 1,000 yards receiving or he's just under, and he's about to surpass that. That is unreal for a tight end. Let alone being a receiver, getting that. That's a feat in itself. But a tight end, a rookie tight end with 1,000 yards already in his rookie campaign, that's huge. Now, they're missing several guys that can, I mean, obviously help out. Calvin Ridley decided to take some time off to better himself mentally. And furthermore than that, Julio Jones is not there anymore. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of changes that happen. So Kyle Pitts is the focal point. Russell Gage is nice. You know what I'm saying? Hayden Hurst can play, but just Kyle Pitts is doing what he's got to do, man. And here's the thing. Matt Ryan, and this is really interesting. Here's how it works out with conferences, how he's done in the NFC, how he's done in the AFC. Matt Ryan is 3-1 versus AFC teams this season, 4-7 in the NFC. So he's got a winning record versus the AFC. Now, I don't know who he's played. I'm sure Jacksonville was one of them. But lo and behold, they have a winning record versus the AFC. Hold on a second. I got fact check. Thank you very much, Drip Bayless. Ooh, I like that. Drip Bayless comes in and tells me, hey, Kyle Pitts is at 949. There you go. So he's either over or he's just shy of it, but he's going to surpass that. This might not be the day he does it, right? Maybe we hold him down and he doesn't do anything. I mean, we held down the 2 bum tight ends. I can't call them bum. I have to let me retract that. Those 2 tight ends Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith were absolutely not there. I don't know where they were at, but Kyle Pitts is a different beast. So we should look to see how interesting that matchup is gonna be. Appreciate that Drip Bayless with the fact check. I like that. Now with Cordell Patterson, I got to come up with Cordell Patterson. So check this out. Cordell, he's their utility player. I mean, let's keep it real, man. He's running the rock. He's catching the football. That's to me, offensively, that's the focal point, man. We just cannot have that get out of hand where we just have no answers. We've had a week's time to prepare for these Atlanta Falcons, knowing what they do best. We should be able to take care of business. Mike Davis is not a scrub of a running back. He's a tough downhill runner. You guys already know how we deal with downhill runners. We don't do well. So Mike Davis, I'm not saying that he's going to pose a problem for us. However, we can't just scoff over these Atlanta Falcons like they're just going to come in and we're just going to route them. I mean, it can turn into a route, don't get me wrong, but any given Sunday. But we have to look at these matchups. And the matchups are favorable in our end because most of our guys are healthy. But downhill, thick runners, you know what I'm saying, give us issues. We tend to, you know what I'm saying, all of a sudden we forget how to tackle, right? When we're motivated, and this is the thing that bugs me about our Bills. When we're motivated, we're like, we got a chip on our shoulder, man. We play that you cannot beat us. When we lax, we get a little lax and we feel that we're all good. That's when we get gashed. So we need to come in and honestly get our act together. What up, Dimitri? I see you, kid. We need to get our act together, man. Stay focused, handle business like you handled last week, and just have the attention to detail. Attention to detail. Because enough times where we become laissez-faire and just all of a sudden we're 17-17 in the fourth quarter tied with Atlanta Falcons. Fam, we can't have that. We got to make sure that we score early, score fast, and then control the rest of the game. And that's the God-honest truth. That's what we need to do to get this victory, right? So Cordell Patterson, back on Cordell. He's the utility player. He's the utility player, right? He comes in and handles business. He's as slippery as they are. You know what I'm saying? You've got to break down and tackle this man because he will make you miss and he'll take it the distance. We can't have that. We can't give up splash plays. And that's the thing. Defensively, we've been pretty good for it, but we cannot do that. We're not on that tip right now. We got to make sure that we handle business, right? Catch, run, shake. He does all that stuff, right? And here's the big thing, man. The guy's got 11 touchdowns and 1,100 yards all purpose this year. He is their guy. So that's exactly what we need to make sure that we focus on. Shout out to Air Allen, says, yo, post-game report with Rico today or not? Of course, man. Had to take that Friday off. I mean, Friday, I almost went live. Friday on New Year's Eve. And I was like, come on, man. Like, sometimes you just got to chill out and take some time off and you know what I mean, hang out with the fam and do what you got to do. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, big matchup against the Atlanta Falcons. They're a good squad. Defensively, I mean, I'm not too familiar defensively who they have. They have Deion Jones, like that is a versatile defensive player, and he can cover. He can cover, and he's a downhill good tackler. So I'm looking forward to seeing what these Atlanta Falcons will bring to us. It's funny because you face these teams where you don't know too much about these teams, and you wonder how you're going to face them, right? It's kind of like last year when we faced the Rams. We had no idea. Like, we knew who they had on their team, but like how we were going to fare against them. And I mean, obviously we ended up winning that game with, you know, a game-winning play. But at the end of the day, man, we weren't sure how we were going to, you know what I mean, what kind of team we were going to face. So Atlanta Falcons kind of gives me that feel. What are we going to face with these Atlanta Falcons? They're 7-8 right now, and very much in the fold. Very much in the fold. They're second in the NFC South. So the Saints are 7-8. Panthers are automatically they're done. They're not going nowhere. So they have very much a lot to play for. They're trying to make this playoffs. So you got to give them their just due. You got to give them their just due. So Matt Ryan, though, and that's who I wanted to speak on. So Matt Ryan right now, He's thrown for 3,500 yards this year. He's got 19 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. All right. And that's the thing, man. He's only thrown multiple touchdowns. Right. He had 4 touchdown passes against the Washington football team. And then every other game, it's only been 2 touchdowns. He's only ever thrown no more than 2 touchdowns, except for that Washington game. So, and how many games? 1, 2, 3. He's had 3, maybe 4 games. 4 games where he's been kept out of the end zone. No touchdowns. So we definitely can put really big fits on this guy. Honestly, we can. With this defense, with the momentum that we have right now, we can. It's very possible. But this guy is a former MVP. This guy is he's a passer. You know what I'm saying? He's not mobile. So this is where we got to pin our ears back and get after him. He's allowed 32 sacks this year. He's been sacked 32 times this year. Just to kind of give you context, it's not horrible, but it's really nothing crazy, right? But we have an ability to get after him. Josh Allen's been sacked 26 times, right? So to kind of give you context, but Josh has been, Josh can run. Josh can get out of that. Who knows if he weren't as mobile, how many sacks he would have taken, because his line has been inconsistent this year. But we're as healthy as can be with what we have going right now. So we should be able to protect our guy, and we'll be all right. Now, 32 sacks. This is a game where Greg Rousseau, get after it. You know what I'm saying? Basham is going to be inactive this week. So Ed Oliver has to be able to go after that and get into that. And don't forget, not only that, they're going to try to be, I guess, go blow for blow with us, right? They got a passer, we got a passer. They got some downhill threats in Kyle Pitts, Russell Gage. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out. But at the end of the day, here's what it comes down to: execution. We've got to execute. We can't miss these big deep balls. We can't miss your run fits. If there's a lane right there, you got to take that run lane, right? We can't be getting swallowed up and bottled up and letting these guys stick around, because that usually is the problem, right? We let teams stick around, and then we ask ourselves, what the hell happened, right? We let the Jacksonville Jaguars stick around. We almost let the Miami Dolphins stick around until we got our act together. You feel me? So we just got to be able to handle these teams where we're supposed to win. It's kind of tough too, right? Because you're going near the end of the season where we know what's at stake. We win this game, we're in, and then we control the rest. To win the division. That's the point. We've taken the lead of division. Now we've got to keep the division, right? So we can't just do all this work to take the lead in the division and then lose out, and then, or it's not even lose out, lose one game where we just can't afford that. You know what I'm saying? We got to beat the Atlanta Falcons, handle the Jets, and we now get to our second division crown. That's what we want. We don't want to let, you know what I'm saying, New England try to sneak back in. And New England, they've got a game against the Jacksonville Jaguars today, and we can only hope that the Jacksonville Jaguars comes in and they ate their Wheaties today and handle what they're supposed to handle, and watch the film from the Buffalo Bills game and catch New England slipping. Because, the week after that, New England plays Miami, and Miami just plays New England tough. They just do. It's just something. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it, but that's just what it is, man. But that being said, it's one of those games that's going to be interesting. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be snow. It's going to be cold. And we just got to make sure that Josh stays warm. Now, here's the deal, and I got to address this. Josh has to stay warm. Josh has to stay, when I say warm, I'm not saying physically stay warm, like get him with the ball out of his hands quick and get him into his playmaker's hands. Exactly what he did against New England. Get him warm, get him feeling out this defense and get it going, right? The same way it's cold for them, it's going to be cold for us. And there's been some games where we're like, a little iffy when it's cold weather. So this is why we drafted a cold weather type quarterback, if you will, right? The man played up in Wyoming, for crying out loud. It ain't sunny. There's no palm trees out there. Feel me? So we knew what we were doing. You can play in these elements. You know how to make sure that you handle this And right now, I think Josh is at this mental state right now. He's in a Buffalo state of mind. And that's what it is. And what that means is we are gritty, we are blue collar. You know what I'm saying? We've taken some L's here and there, but we're still fighting, we're still standing, right? And that's where this Buffalo state of mind comes in. So if you guys have not jumped in at the BF Fan Shop, listen, go to the bffanshop.com and cop your Buffalo state of mind hoodies, t-shirts, mugs, socks, you name it. We got it, and it's out there. I mean, I have to plug that just so you guys know what kind of state of mind that we're in, right? Because it's Buffalo versus everybody. It's always going to be that. That stuff don't stop. It's always going to be like that. But we've got things to talk about. We got things to handle. But this Atlanta defense, right? And this is what I want to talk on. This Atlanta defense is not a bad defense, man. They're ranked right now. I had their ranked. I'm just gonna have everything on my phone here. Right now, you're looking at their offense is ranked 25th. So not great. You know what I'm saying? Not great at all. Their defense is ranked 24th. Their passing is 16th, and their rushing is 31st. It's so weird because sometimes these statistics, they throw you off, right? 31st rush. That means they can't run for dick. So this is where we come in and just have to stifle and just choke them out. We should. But weather always plays a factor. So we just got to make sure that we're on our A's and P's and Q's, you know what I'm saying? And we handle what we're supposed to handle. On the flip side, offense right now, we're ranked 6th. Defense, we're ranked number 1. So that's not looking good with their 25th ranked offense, right? With facing the number 1 defense. 7th in passing, and we're 11th in rushing. So listen, this might be the game. This might be the game for, you know what I mean, Zach Moss and Devin Singletary. Shoot, I mean, I would love that, man. I really would. Elliot Eister comes in and says, yo, I'm not nervous because after halftime of the Tampa, that has been the best team in the NFL. We got this. And that's true. And I was talking to Isaiah McKenzie when he was on the show just this past week. He said it. He doesn't know what happened, but against that Tampa team, he was talking ish, and he even came to Levante David and said, hey, man, yo, we're about to whoop that ass, man. And Levante David was like, yo, be quiet, man. Just stop. And lo and behold, if we had more time, we would have taken care of business against Tampa. But ever since that half of football, we've been a different team. We've been a very different team. So I'm looking very much forward to seeing what kind of product we put on the field today against a team that we're not familiar with, right? Crazy Killer says, yo, Singletary 100 yards on the ground today. I would love nothing more than Devin Singletary going off for 100 yards. I would love nothing more. I really wouldn't. It'd be nice to have that and have that. But one thing that is for sure, with this cold weather, Scott Blakely says it, man, secure the ball. You know what I'm saying? Secure the ball, man. You look that football in, tuck that bad boy in, and keep it rolling, right? We do not want to give up the ball back to them. We just can't. We just can't have that. We need to protect the football. Do not give that up. We're the ones that are there to force them to give the ball up to us. And if our defense does what we're supposed to do, take the ball away, give it right back to Josh, and Josh puts points on the board, that's the remedy. That's how we win these games, man. Defense gives the ball right back to us, and we handle business. Seth Chapman says, yo, AJ Terrell hasn't really guarded a top receiver like Diggs, though. Well, listen, man, I've said this before, and somebody disagrees with me. I don't care who is covering Stephon Diggs. The guy is just elite. You will have your moments where you'll stop him for one play, maybe, or you'll avert Josh's eyes somewhere else because you had tight coverage. But you can only do that for a couple plays because he will get the best of you one way or the other. So I love how teams try to play Stephon Diggs, but what I love more is that in this offense, in this Brian Dable offense, you are not relegated to just you're a wideout. That's what you do. That's what you play. It's not the way this game is played, man. Brian Dable wants everybody to know all receiver positions. So if I have to move you to the slot, Gabe Davis, you're going to the slot and you're going to know the slot position. Stephon Diggs, if I have to move you to the slot, you're going to have to know the slot positions. So this is what's key. So if you're a corner that doesn't travel, and all of a sudden you've got Stephon Diggs in the slot. You're like, oh, God. So am I traveling? Am I staying? Or what am I doing? So if there's a mismatch, if there's a mismatch, it's over. You are not going to stay with the likes of Stephon Diggs. He's too talented, man. You just can't. Um, that's one thing that's actually really refreshing to see on this team is that we have guys that can separate. We have guys that can get open for Josh. What a difference is made. I mean, obviously Josh has developed into a very good quarterback, but do you not remember when we had the likes of Andre Holmes? We had the likes of freaking Kelvin Benjamin. Like we had big boys with very big radius, but they could not separate. There was no separation. So it didn't work. So as soon as we got guys that could separate, what a world of difference. Cole Beasley, Isaiah McKenzie, Stephon Diggs, Gabriel Davis. Like we've got guys that can separate. Emmanuel Sanders, John Brown, right? Those guys can get separated. They can get separation. And that's what allows, you know what I'm saying, Josh Allen to do what he does. It's really not rocket science, man. To get guys that can get open and he will get you the football. Simple, straightforward, and that's exactly how it comes down to. Moise says, yo, this is the year to be champions, man. Buffalo Bills. This is the year, man. This is a great window. We have a window right now to handle business. So I'm looking forward to seeing how we adjust and how we make sure that we put the best pieces on the field to get these victories, right? And pieces on the field. And this is one thing that I wanted to touch on. The O-line, right? What are we doing in terms of O-line? I mean, we had a very nice, interesting lineup last week. We started with Spencer Brown at left tackle, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but we didn't have a choice because of how things played out. Deion Dawkins was active, but he didn't start. So we had left tackle Spencer Brown, left guard Ike Butker, Morse, and then Ford was out. So we had Ryan Bates at right guard with Spencer Brown, and Darrell Williams at right tackle. So some shifts had to happen. Ike Barker unfortunately went down with an Achilles injury. So we shifted everything up. Spencer Brown right back to the right tackle. Deion Dawkins enters the game at left tackle. Ryan Bates moves over to left guard. And I will tell you, man, Ryan Bates had a very good game. Ryan Bates held his own extremely well. And I'll be curious to find out how things play out with the O-line. And I'm scrolling to see if any of the beat reporters have mentioned if they see anything in warmups, seeing who's going to do what. But here's the way I look at it, man. You can't have Ryan Bates sit. It's difficult, right? Can't have him be the guy that goes back and forth and you put John Feliciano back in and Spencer Brown right back to right tackle and then Darrell Williams at right guard. That left guard is crucial. Now, here's the question for you guys. Do you keep left guard in terms of like, okay, it's open right now. And right now it's open to Ryan Bates. And Ryan Bates, you're going to start off there. And if I see some struggles from you, then John, get ready. You're going to be our swing guard right now. So if something happens, you're going to be that guy that, you're the depth. You're the depth now. And I'm curious to see, but we need to have Ryan Bates in that because he just looked nimble. He looked clean in there, and he handled his own. He handled bull rushes, and he looked for work. You know what I'm saying? So if he didn't see anything, and he notices his compadres needed help, he's going over there and getting work done. You know what I'm saying? So Scott Blakely comes in and gives his thoughts on what the starting line should be. He says, yo, Dawkins at left tackle, Bates at left guard, Morse at center, Williams and Brown. They need to stick with it. I hope they do. I mean, if they saw what we saw, and we saw some really good things, well, hopefully that's what we stick with. Hopefully that's what we stick with. Jay Davis says, yo, or do what happened last week. Sit Feliciano until maybe an injury. Well, or I think Feliciano's good to go now because, he was injured, then came back, then he got hit with COVID. So maybe he's not fully recovered. Who knows? But I'm looking forward to seeing how this plays out when it comes to the line. Oh, hold on a second. We got some news here. Zach Vaughn says, yo, Joe B just reported that Bates at left guard first rep. So there you go. So Bates is potentially the left guard going forward. That is the move. That's what you want to see. You want to be able to see someone that has worked hard, has been on the team for a while. And here's the thing, he's only 24, 25. He's got he's got youth on his side. So maybe, just maybe, we lucked out with having a guy like Ryan Bates on the team. And we traded for Ryan Bates. Don't forget, we traded. I think we gave up a 7th round pick for him when he got drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles. Right. And I was like, when we made that trade, I was like, well, that's interesting. You traded for a guy like that? I'm like, so you must have been scouting this guy for a long time. And if he was for the taking, you were going to grab him. And here he is. Right. He's been marinating, you know what I'm saying? And going back and forth. So this is his moment. So if this is your moment, man, you'll take full advantage of this moment, and it's yours, man. So it's nice to know that Joe B, Zach Vaughn, I appreciate you, man. Joe B has handled it, and left guard is going to freaking Ryan Bates. Let's go, man. So Dawkins, Bates, Morris, that left side, I'm looking forward to seeing protection. And we'll see how that plays out. And then you got some nasty on the right hand side and Spencer Brown. You know, he does well at run blocking, but at pass block, he's still got some work to do. Now on this defensive side, who are we facing? Like who are we to look at and say, okay, I'm worried about this, right? So I'm gonna pull up, because my other laptop just died, and I don't want to kind of scroll on this one here. So don't mind me while I look at this Atlanta depth chart and see, and because I just can't remember who's on that squad. So we're about to find out what's really good with this little squad of the Atlanta Falcons and who we need to worry about, because I know they're not a bad defense. I'm gonna tell you that they're not a bad defense at all. So on the offensive side, on the offense side of the football, Russell Gage. So at left tackle, they got Jake Matthews. They got rookie Jalen Mayfield, Matt Hennessy, Chris Listrom. So nothing crazy on the offensive side. Hayden Hurst, but he's out with the COVID. So at tight end, they got Kyle Pitts and Lee Smith. Y'all remember Lee Smith? So Lee Smith is going to be joined by, I'm saying he's going to be, I guess, saluted by his former teammates and see how that goes down. But Lee Smith is a good run blocker. We know that. We already know. You can pretty much put him on the freaking line. So they might go big, right? With him on the line, and we go 12 personnel and figure it out. So we're gonna have to, get our act together. Like I said, I'll never sleep on running backs in this game. You guys already know it. They got the 31st running offense. However, downhill runners give us fits. So we just got to make sure that we handle business. So Grady Jarrett, that's a good damn lineman, man. Grady Jarrett can play. So they got Tyler Davison, Jonathan Bullard is on COVID, Matt Stevens, Steven Means, Deion Jones. I already talked about Deion Jones. He's a good linebacker. That boy can cover. And AJ, they got AJ Terrell. AJ Terrell can play, and Richie Grant is good too. That's a good safety in Richie Grant. And then Jerron Harmon. So not a bad little squad, man. Fabian Moreau's out there at corner. Not a bad squad. So we're gonna see how this plays out. We're gonna really see how this plays out. Defense is all right. They got Cordell Patterson that plays in there as well. So we're looking forward to see what this team brings to us. I mean, they got Quadri Alston too, right? Quadri can run too. So I might be hyping this team up more than I need to. But we're gonna find out. For your side, man, Oluwukon. Damn, you know what I'm trying to say, man. For your side, most underrated player in the league. I don't know too much about him, right? I've heard his name in highlights, but I don't know too much about him. So listen, all I know is this: we got Cole, we got Gabe, we got Josh, we got Diggs. That's already a handful of players that you got to deal with. So good luck. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how that plays out, man. But truth be told, man, yeah, you know what? Scott Blakely, you said it, man. Lee Smith is class. He's a classy dude, man. He got traded. I mean, I don't know how we got a freaking draft pick for him, but he got traded for it. And I think we got like a 6th or 7th. I can't remember. But nonetheless, we got some good things coming, man. We got some good things coming this game. This should be a good one. And I'm looking forward to a good game. I really am. But this defensive side of the ball, man, they're not a bad team. They're not a bad team. I just want to see their statistics, though. I want to see who's their dog. Um, who's their dog in getting after the pass, how Deion Jones is doing, interceptions. I'm curious, man. I'm curious to see how these guys are playing out right now. So Matt Ryan, obviously, he's got 3,500 yards. He's got 19 touchdowns. So, and he's been sacked 32 times. So we are going to put mad pressure on Matt Ryan. We're going to. It's just a fact. I can't see that we don't. I really can't. So let's see how that plays out. I'm looking at the rushing game. So look, check this out, man. Cordell Patterson and Mike Davis. Mike Davis, 15 games played. He's got 124 carries, 431 yards, 3.5 yards a carry. Here comes Cordell Patterson, man. 140 attempts, 579 yards rushing, and he's got 4 yards a pop. My goodness, man. I mean, you got to appreciate that. You got to appreciate it. He's got 6 rushing touchdowns. He's rushing for 41 yards a game. So we got to shut that down. Well, and here's the thing, man. There's a relationship between Diggs and a few players on that squad. Reed Ferguson as well with Mike Davis. Mike Davis was talking mad-ish, saying Buffalo doesn't have good wings. So guess what? We did a grand gesture of sending these guys wings. Cordell Patterson got Stephon Diggs to send him some wings from Bar-Bill. I don't know where Bar-Bill is. Never had wings. I've been to Buffalo quite a few times and never had buffalo wings in Buffalo. Ain't that crazy? Anyway, so I gotta my next time I go there, I gotta go and get some wings and see what the big old hype is. Anyway, that being said, they sent that over. So this wing thing is pretty cool. I think that, I mean, it shows like, you know what I mean, like, yo, the league is cool, but there's friendships are deeper. You know what I'm saying? They got deeper relationships and stuff. So, but this reminds me of when Chad Johnson sent, who did he send it to? Was it the Vikings? I can't remember, but he sent Pepto-Bismol to the Vikings. I think it was the Vikings. I can't remember who it was, but he sent Pepto-Bismol to Vikings or the Ravens. And lo and behold, I think it was actually funny that he said that. He's like, yo, because I'm about to make you sick. So could you imagine? I mean, it would never happen. But they sent these guys wings. Hey, guys, eat the wings. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's feeling kind of, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that would be something, man. It just reminds me of Chad Johnson sending all that stuff out there. Shout out to Bray Dotson. Says, yo, today the Bills show if we are first round, second round knockout, or for going to the Super Bowl, plain and simple. We need to beat teams that can't fade us, and we need to compete with teams that obviously that are up there. You know what I'm saying? So we got to make sure that we take it down. Here's a question for you guys. Somebody's going to score a touchdown on this offense, right? Multiple people. And if you guys remember the Falcons of the 2000s, when they had Anderson running the football back there, and that boy had the thickest thighs I've ever seen, man. And he had the dirty bird where they shuffle and do the dirty bird. Who on this Bills team is going to do the dirty bird? That's going to be the interesting one. I know someone's going to step up and try to do the dirty bird. I know that's how this team plays out. Who's it going to be? If Isaiah McKenzie gets in there, I doubt he's going to. He's just going to do his little cha-cha and head off the field. Stephon Diggs, I can see doing the dirty bird. I can see him doing that. Zach Moss, if he gets in the end zone, I can't. Dawson Knox definitely won't. If Josh Allen gets in the end zone and does the dirty bird, salute to him. I already have mad respect for Josh Allen, but if he does that, man, that boy listen, he's invited to the cookout. He's invited to the cookout. Yo, bring Josh to the cookout if he does the dirty bird today, if he scores. I can't see it happening, but you know what? Davis, I could definitely see doing the dirty bird. I could see him definitely doing that. But Diggs, for sure. Diggs is going to be on watch. Definitely on watch. I will be shocked to see Dawson Knox do it. But hey, you never know. So I'm going to take, before we get out of here, man, because the game's going to start soon. Any questions that you guys have? I see my man, Scott Billick says, yo, disguise won't work with Ryan, man. Pressure will. You're right. That's a great point, because when you have a guy that's been around long enough, like Matt Ryan has, like he's seen a lot. He's been around. He's got the experience. He's got the awareness. But does he have the time? And that's where we have to take away his time and there's no time to have awareness, right? He's just got to be aware that they're coming after his ass, and he better get going. So maybe we got to play tight, make him get rid of the ball, get rid of the ball quickly, and go from there, man. That's what we're looking forward to. So before we get out of here, folks, we need some. Oh, and you know what? Even on a sack, you're right. Even on a sack, we might get some dirty bird. So Jerry Hughes with dirty bird. If he sacks Ryan, absolutely. It needs to be someone that's from maybe the Atlanta area. I don't know who's from the Atlanta or Georgia from on the Buffalo team. We got a lot of guys from Texas. We got a lot of guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they may or they may not know, but it'd be interesting. But here's the deal. What I need from you guys is give me your predictions, your score predictions. What do you guys have that you feel like, all right, man, we got this. It's over with. We're about to get into this. Give me the score predictions. What do you guys have? Talk to me, people. Score predictions for this game. What do you guys see? How do you guys see this game playing out? That's the big one. I need to see what your thoughts are. So as you guys are filing in and giving me your score predictions, I'll be reading them out. So Joshua Richardson. Actually, hold on. Let me start with Crazy Killer. Crazy Killer comes in and says, hey, 35-10 Bills. That's a solid win. That's a very solid win. Somebody said, yo, Matt Milano doing the dirty bird. Yeah, right. I cannot see Matt Milano doing that. Definitely not. No losses, only learning. He goes, we're going to win this one 42-13. Ooh, I like that. Chandler Bing, Biggity Bing. Chandler, I freaking love your name, man. Yo, just because you did that, I got to give you love for that, man. Chandler Bing, Biggity Bing comes in and says, yo, 31-14 Buffalo. I like that, man. That means, listen, this is going to be a rout, man. Everybody's up in that 32-12. Don't forget, the weather is going to be horrible. So it could sway. You know what I'm saying? But I see a lot of 38. Zachary King comes in 38-14 Bills. Charity, what up, Charity? Yo, 27-17. All right, you give him some points on there. Damn. DA on the beat comes in and says, yo, 51-10 Bills. Yo, if we put up, I would love for us to put up a 40 burger. A 40 burger would be nice. But I mean, we'll see how this plays out. 40-10. Listen, man, hold on to your score predictions, man. I'd like to see if anybody gets this right. If anybody gets this right, I'll give you a big shout out on the next show if you guys can get this score prediction right. You're just gonna have to screenshot your score prediction and send it to me, and I'll give you a big shout out on the show. 32-10. Stephanie C. She's like, yo, this is gonna be a rout, man. Yo, 10 points is what you no more than 15 points is what I'm seeing from everybody, and that's about right. That's about right. We don't give up many points, man. I think we're giving up 17 points a game this year, give or take. So, I mean, that's what you get for being number one defense, man. That's what you get for being number one defense. So, Antonio Dingle says 42-17. Oh, I see you. ATL. He goes, 69-0 Falcons. This guy. Okay. Hey, I mean, I'll give that to you. You gotta have some Falcons fans showing some love for their own team. But I don't think it's gonna be a rout. All right. And last question before we get out of here, man. Last question before hold on. What did Bray say? Bray Dawson says, yo, weak ass team that lost to the Patriots in the Super Bowl, and they all had to do was run the football. Going, yeah, man. That score is forever going to haunt them forever. I'm telling you, man. It made freaking Tom Brady a G. Now, who is your hero of the game? Who is going to be the player of the game today? Last week, it was Isaiah McKenzie. It was clear. Isaiah McKenzie was the star of the game. Who is your star of the game today before we get out of here? Star of the game. Who do you guys got? James Kehoe. I see you, man. My man James, the mountain man, comes in with a 38-10. I like that score too. I like that score a lot. Levi Mann says, yo, McKenzie is from Georgia and he will do his salsa dance, then the dirty bird. You know what? Yeah, you're right about that. He could, but he just loves the salsa, man. He loves the salsa. This guy, every celebration I've ever seen him done, it's a salsa. So we'll see how that plays out. So who is it that's going to be our player of the game? All right, we got Dane Jackson. Oh, shit. Look at Seth Chapman comes in with a Dane Jackson. So Dane Jackson is going to take one back to the house twice. Is that what it's going to be like? We'll see how it goes, man. By the way, if you guys are in this chat right now, do me a favor, smash that like and support and follow. We are about 250 members away from 21,000 subscribers, man. I can't tell you how proud I am of BF. I can't tell you how proud I am to interact with you guys every single week. It's actually really fun. It's amazing. And we're gonna keep this game. We're gonna keep it going, man. Sean Smith says it's gonna be Gabriel Davis. There we go. Scott Blakely with a Dawson Knox. He's gonna be the player of the game this week. I like that. Dawson Knox is due for player of the game. He had one like a couple weeks back when he had like 100 yards on 4 or 5 receptions. That was huge. Gabe Davis comes in and silences everybody. He says, "Yo, y'all forgot about me? They must have forgot who the F I was." Gabe Davis in the building. Okay, I see you guys. Devin Singletary. It would be nice to see Devin Singletary get 100 yards. And you know what, folks? That's how I'm going to end this show by saying my wish today. My wish today is that the running back room flourishes heavily. And we get 200-yard rushes today. That's my bold prediction. We get 200-yard rushes today in Devin Singletary and Zach Moss. And the only reason that Zach Moss gets over 100 is because he busts one out for like 65 yards. Bold prediction, mind you. This is bold prediction. So I gotta give them out. Scott Blakely says, Rico, girls wanted me to say hi, you're the best. What's up, ladies? Listen, Scott, what are their names? I gotta give them a shout out. I can't be just, you know what I'm saying, giving the ladies shout outs and I'm not giving their names. I need their names. I need you girls to shout your names out and say, Scott, tell them, Dad, tell them my name is. I need their names, man. So I got to give them a proper shout out, man. Really a proper shout out. Stephanie C said, Rico with the hot take. Yo, we got 200-yard rushers today. 200-yard rushes. I don't think it's crazy. I think it's going to be grinded out with Devin Singletary. He'll get, I mean, that's what I hope. That's what I want him to get 100 yards. But the bold prediction is that we have 200-yard rushers and Zach Moss squeaks one out for 65 yards. And then he just, you know what I mean, muscles his way to 100 yards. So that'd be cool if we get 100 yards rushing from both running backs today. That'd be killer. So I got to give a big shout out before I get out of here. Stella, I'm going to give it to you, number one, because you're the last girl that I see on the list. So Stella, what's up, my girl? Hannah, be good. You're probably a sweetheart. I'm sure it is. And Amanda, how are you, girls? Listen, I appreciate you guys tuning in and making Dad turn on the Rico Report. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you guys. And I hope you guys are being good to Dad. That's number one. You know what I'm saying? But that being said, I got to get out of here. The game's about to start. So, folks, big, huge shout out to each and every one of you guys tuned in. You guys keep BF alive. You guys keep BF going. And it doesn't go unappreciated. Let's smash that like before you get out of here and catch me after the game. Catch me after the game. I'm hoping this is just going to be one of those things where I come in, it's routine. It's going to be like a 40-minute show. Nothing to talk about here, folks. Let's keep it moving. And it'll be a jovial Rico. You feel me? So before I get out of here, you guys already know I got to give a shout out and I got to give the plugs, right? So if you guys aren't following us, jump on and follow us on Twitter. It's the BFLO Fanatics on Twitter. If you're not following us on any podcasts, right? And we got a couple podcasts there. So support us at supportbf.com. If you don't know where to go, what websites to go, it's always supportbf.com. All right. Bing Squad. You guys already know Bing, Biggity, Bing. I got to give you guys a shout out every single time. And I'm looking, you know what? I want to add some more members after this game. So I might be giving away a t-shirt to one of y'all. And might get you a Buffalo State of Mind t-shirt. Let's do it, man. What do we got? TikTok. We're on the TikTok too. I have many of my friends, and even Pierre and Bobby, they're like, yo, you need to do TikToks. You need to get on the TikToks and get on that in ASAP. I think about it sometimes. But I don't know, man. I can't bring my ass to do TikToks, man. I'm like, I see my daughter's doing TikToks. Like, can I do it? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it does. But we're on TikTok, so help us out. Join us on TikTok. We're on Instagram also. We are well above 80,000 followers. I mean, I'm going to give you a proper count right now. I can't do the squad dirty like that. We are sitting right now. What are we sitting at in terms of followers? We're at 90,000 followers. We are 10,000 followers from hitting 100K. That is amazing. That's a big shout out to my man, Bobby B on IG, man. That's my guy right there. Last but not least, we got Facebook. We're always on the Facebooks. The Facebook is the Buffalo Bills community page. It's called the Buffalo Bills community page. If you're wanting somewhere to hit up and talk football and do all that stuff, come there. Last but not least, join us on the BF Discord. This is where we have the game thread. It's actually up right now. I'm about to jump into that game thread right now and talk football. So, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the game. Enjoy the rest of the game. We have a big game. We got to get this win. We win this game, we're in. We ain't got to worry about nothing. We're in. Then it's about getting the division. We want that damn division. We cannot let the Patriots come in and try to ruin that stuff for us. We control our destiny. And if the Patriots slip today and they face the Miami Dolphins, you can best believe Miami Dolphins is trying to get 9 wins in a row, right? They're working on their 8th. They're trying to get 9. Let's go Dolphins. That's what I'm talking about. So today, let's go Jaguars. So ladies and gentlemen, that's it for me. You guys have yourself a great game. Enjoy it. And then we'll see you after the game with a post game. And until next time, we will see you after the game. It's your boy. It's the BF pregame show. Appreciate you guys. And we'll catch you on the flip side. Let me tell you, man, jump in and get on that hoodie, man. We got that, man. Listen, it's a Buffalo State of Mind. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy. And I'm gone. Let's go.